What's going on, everybody? Bit by Bit here, coming at you again to discuss the latest issue in the One Piece manga today. We are looking at issue 1107, coming off of a 2-week hiatus. So we are definitely going to jump right into this today and take a look at it. So let's not waste any more time. All right, jumping right into it here. Like I said earlier, this is chapter 1107, title, I've Been Looking For You. And what else can I possibly say other than Oda has really been cooking on this Egghead arc. Really brought in a lot of stuff that we've been waiting well over 1,000 chapters to really find out about, and he has not disappointed so far. Looks like we've got Beppo and Law here. Kind of feel like Beppo is about to do something he may regret. Let's see. Okay, Law's another cover request by... let's get this mouse out of the way. Beppo feels awkward after seeing Law napping with a snow leopard. Of course he does. Alright, what we got here? The giant pirates have made landfall! Blast them to smithereens! Dory and Broggy making their appearance here. One thing I noticed in the last chapter is the giant pirates, giants, being on their own pirate ship, just how much bigger that pirate ship really is compared to the marine battleships. Because we all know the marine battleships are huge in themselves. The giant pirate ships have to be 100 times bigger than that. They are obscenely large. Jesus. Over here up in the Labos phase of Egghead here. We got Nami and Usopp. Usopp has spotted them. My masters! If y'all remember back in, I believe it was Little Garden, that was way back in the beginnings of One Piece. It was Usopp met Dory and Broggy, and he was so inspired by them, but he couldn't wait to get to Elbaf to actually see the giant nation. But why? What are they doing here? I can see. Oh God, I can't even pronounce it. Omo and Kashi too. I bet they went to Little Garden to pick up their leaders. Master Broggy, Master Dory, Oimo, and Kashi. That's got to be it. Man, I was worried. I thought we might not see them in Elbaf. Yeah, well, ain't gonna disappoint you now, Usopp. Refresher on the giant... Oh, okay, well, we get a refresher here. A refresher on the giant warrior pirates. Long ago, the world was terrorized by the formidable group led by co-captains Dory and Broggy. Their crew would disband after they got into a certain quarrel. Luffy and the gang helped them out when their century-long duel came to an end. It was over the dumbest thing, too. Later on, while storming a different island, they would encounter and befriend Oimo and Kashi, a pair of giants who set out to check on their captains. Oimo and Kashi, weren't those the two other giants that was at Eni's lobby? Protecting Eni's lobby? I think they were. Looks like they're really giving it to the Marines. I can't believe you all know each other. They must have come running after hearing the news. Huh? How's that possible? Apparently, Big News Morgan's gonna make the world know about you guys. The Navy marshaled a ton of manpower for the operation. It's no wonder it'd make the papers. But I reckon the headline sounds so old Western. but I reckon the headlines must have been painting them in a good light. So this is big news. This is big news already, huh? I guess that makes sense. What was it like? This more than maybe a day or so hasn't passed since they've been on Egghead. I mean, for us as the readers, months have passed, but for them, it's probably been like only a day or so. So within a day, news has traveled that they have made it to Egghead Island, allegedly stormed Egghead Island, took Vegapunk hostage, and is now currently in a fight with the Marines again. They didn't come here to wage war. They came to help us get out of here. We gotta hurry and finish our prep. Ring, ring, or better. Ah, gotcha. Nami-san, it's Brooke. Brooke, where are you? Close. Very close. But we won't be able to stop for tea. Look at Lilith in the background here. We need to stop! If we fly off the edge, we'll be fried by the barrier! Oh yeah, that's true. The barrier is still in place. I forgot about that. Hello, this is Lilith. This numbskull really is brainless. We can't afford to dilly-dally, so pay attention! Sounds like they're getting fired up. We need to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. This isn't time to be picking fights, Zoro. Oh yeah, Zoro's still with Lucci. That's right. I wonder how that fight's going. Well, time to find out. Pant. You're pretty tough, but I'm in a hurry. It's time to wrap this up. Why is Zoro only using 2 swords? Look at him. He's still got his the Wado Ichimonji still on his back here. Why is he not using that as well? That's his technique, his 3-sword style. He should have wrapped this up already. Only the winner gets to talk like that, Roronoa. Your crew's waiting for you, right? You're just a burden at this point. Those fools will never make it if they can't cut off the arm to save the body. You're not wrong, Lucci, but that ain't going to be how this crew rolls, okay? Yeah, it'll probably be harder for them at the end, but it'll be just as gratifying by the time they whoop your ass. Giving up now would be doing them a favor. Waiting for a corpse is pointless after all. That's some big talk. Some pretty big talk there, Lucci. I don't see you backing it up yet, though. It almost sounds like you think you're the one in control of this fight, Rob Lucci. True. I can only assume that this must be Kizaru of some point here. We must be jumping over to what Kizaru's doing. Or no, not exactly. The pacifistas. Damage report! Roughly 30 of our small to medium-sized ships have been sunk with no signs of stopping. Pull back all smaller vessels and lead with the battleships. Bang, bang! We can't afford to leave an opening. Yes, sir, Vice Admiral Red King. Red King. So gobble. Vice Admiral here is named Red King. Okay. I wouldn't have thought gobble multi-chin guy here his name is Red King. Wow. Okay. This is a pitiful sight. Get back over here. There we go. To think we Marines have to fire on our own weapons. I mean, pacifistas are freaking durable, okay? Now, we all know Luffy was able to take at least one of them out, or one-shot them at least one of them over at Sabaody. Sanji and Zoro both took out one-shotted one as well, although it could have fairly easily just been one of them that could have one-shotted as well. Guess we'll never know that one. But for Luffy's crew, it only takes one hit. For the Marines, it might take multiple hits. But then again, this is a buster call, so I don't know if they're using any type of special ammunition or what to do a buster call. But so far, they seem to have been able to take this guy out right here. Hey, Bonnie. Whoop! Yeah! Get right into the nitty-gritty of the story. That's what I'm talking about. Get down to the nitty-gritty right here. This is what I want to see. Hey, Bonnie. Uh-oh. Seem to be running into some technical difficulties. Hang on one second. There we go. Okay, I think I may have fixed that now. There we go. Yes. All right. Ooh, okay. All right. What's with the waterworks? Why wouldn't I be crying, you idiot? I've been looking for you for so long. Yeah, I'm gonna try and focus on one side here. I don't want to give anything away. But I've been here the whole time. Sure, but I didn't know you were Nika. Nika? What's that? Oh yeah. What's the deal with that flimsy punch you tried to throw earlier? I was going for a big rubbery attack like you. If it's so flimsy, why don't you show me how to do it? Say less. Sure, why not? Let's show us all how it's done, Nika. Give that old windbag a good one for Vegapunk. Then we can get out of here. Huh? Blah! What the heck? What the heck, Vegapunk? None of you filthy cockroaches have the right to live now. You're wrong. All right, Bonnie, sounds like a plan. For the record, this is how you punch. And it looks like Saturn here. He's trying to do his little trick he did with that one specific Marine right when he arrived on the island, because all the I believe the admirals, or it had to have been probably like the vice admirals maybe, specifically told the Marines not to look at Saint Saturn unless you were above a certain rank. One specific Marine did not pay attention, looked at Saint Saturn, who Saturn looked at him back, and did some type of power or something and literally made his head explode. So I'm assuming that seems to be what's happening right here. Saturn's using this knockback power on Luffy, and it seems to have did something, because Luffy's blood shot out of Luffy's mouth. You're gonna pay for hurting my friends. Gum gum! Booming Dawn Gatling! Yeah! Long awaited, like just what we got from Kuma, that hatred punch, that one good hard hatred punch of all that pain and suffering that was built up over the years was just the icing on the cake, was just the appetizer before the meal. Okay, now we're getting into the meat right here, getting into the rice and meat, the steak and potatoes of the meal here. Oh yeah, that's what we've been needing right there. Yeah, gushing blood, bruises. Well deserved. And one final knock sent him flying through the buildings again. You know, the more that I look at Saint Saturn here, I'm starting to notice, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of all bark and no bite is kind of what I'm seeing here. Came off the boat, really intimidating looking, gave a lot of the Marines a reason not to pass him. But whenever it comes down to really fighting here, the only things that he really had going for him was, well, I mean, even then, it wasn't really that big a deal. He was able to snatch up Bonnie and like almost squeeze the life out of her. But other than that, he's actually taken some damage here. Bonnie, without hesitation, stabbed him with that sword, even though he seemed to have regenerated from it. Stabbed him with that sword. Kuma, like, one-shotted him through several buildings, ripped his arm off, and broke one of his horns. He seemed to have come back from that. Walks right back up. Luffy hits him with this booming Dawn Gatling, knocks him through a building again. He seems to be taking a lot of L's here on this island. Things don't seem to be going quite well for him. You're going to have to use those legs if you want to get out of here, Bonnie. The hover function should still work while we're on the island. Let's go, Vegapunk. Go without me, Bonnie. I've been a doctor for long enough to know that if I move now, I'll die. What? Yeah. So, I kind of had a feeling this might happen. Wasn't entirely sure, but this looks like to be the case. Now, if the main Stella body of Vegapunk dies, that brings a few questions. What happens to his actual devil fruit? What happens to Punk records floating up in the sky? Do the other satellites, are they carriers of the actual devil fruit? Since they're technically like clones of the actual Vegapunk, do they carry on the will of the devil fruit? Do they, like, there's so many questions here that we need to know. Oh, Kizaru, he's still hovering. You'll be dead either way. This is it. Gonna hit it. You're gonna hit her with that beam. Damn, Sanji! Got coming in clutch status there, Sanji. Nice going. So okay. Let's digest this picture here for a second, okay? Kizaru, right here, with his signature laser beam that he's doing right here. Sanji comes in and essentially is deflecting it, which I'm assuming this is the deflection right here. This one kind of going off. It might not well be, but he's blocking or deflecting this, okay, with his foot, with a kick. This alone right here, not above Admiral just yet, not above Admiral, but I think on par, toe to toe with an Admiral at this point. This scene right here shows that even Sanji can go toe to toe with an Admiral now. Look at Kizaru's face. Kizaru looks shook right now. He could not believe what just happened. He is shook. God dang. What the? How? That was a freaking laser. Light doesn't hold a candle to love. Typical Sanji line right there. Oh, isn't Sanji's eyebrow right here? Because usually it's flipped. I think. Isn't his spiral down here? Like it comes down here, but now it's flipped up here. I think, isn't that usually an indication that his Germa side? Well, I'm not really sure how to put it, but the Germa part of him has now been released. So his much more durable body, Much more durable body, takes far less damage. Side of Sanjay is coming out now. That appears to be the case. If that's true, they'll have to scrap the physics books and start from scratch. Yeah, no shit. God. Let's go to the northeast port. We got Frankie in here, Bonnie holding on for dear life, and Atlas appears to have got Kuma. We're not letting Kuma go yet. Not after the crap that he has been put through. We ain't giving up on him yet. Well, I'm in a real pickle now. Yeah, you are, Kizaru. They'll expect me to at least bring back your heads after all this. You'd better start drafting an apology letter for them then. Oh boy. And they left Vegapunk there on the floor, so Luffy's gonna have to be holding off Saturn, while Sanji's gonna have to hold off Kizaru. At least for a short time until Dory and Broggy can get here. Crumble. Step. Well, it's not every day you see one of the 5 elders in the dirt. Katarina is here. Okay. So, the Blackbeard pirates were on the island. We saw them close by several chapters back, but this confirms they are on the island. Okay. My, look at you. Just what kind of delicious power do you have? What kind of delicious power do you have? So, does Katarina actually have a devil fruit now? Because weren't they, while Luffy and his crew was on his way to Egghead, didn't they go to the Kuja Islands where Boa was to try and get her devil fruit? I think didn't she say while she was on the island that she wanted her devil fruit? That Katarina specifically wanted the devil fruit that Boa had. But this kind of indicates right now that she might already have a devil fruit power. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean that's what I'm seeing right here. To think an elder would come down to the surface and bless us with his presence, it's unheard of. Tap. But it sure made our job a hell of a lot easier. Mission complete. She just wanted to touch him? Her mission is complete by just touching him? And Van Auger's here too. He's got a hell of a useful power. What business do you have here? Blackbeard Pirates 3rd Ship Captain Van Auger with the Warp Fruit. Blackbeard Pirates 6th Ship Captain Katarina Devon. Dog Fruit model. No! Nine-tailed fox? I'm sorry, I didn't know Naruto was making an appearance in this universe. I did not know that we would be blessed with Kurama's appearance. Did not see that coming. So she's got a zone fruit that is a nine-tailed fox version. So she's a demon. She's got a demon fruit. That's still, I mean, unless there's some ability that I'm not familiar with that the nine-tailed fox can do. There's some lore that I'm not familiar with. Why would she still need to touch Saturn for her mission to be complete? Katarina Devon, I'm surprised a level 6 escapee like you would choose the life of a subordinate. Hehehe. Teach is special. So is his lineage. As is his lineage. So, a lot of what has been said about Blackbeard kind of starting to come to the surface a little bit. It's not just Blackbeard himself. His lineage, or where he comes from, is something special as well. So it's not just a one-off. Blackbeard apparently might come from a line of special people. Ah, so you know about that. Your crew is always up to something. What do you hope to get out of these stunts? The world. This is starting to look very Roxty Zebekish. Pop! Yep. Augur coming in with teleportation here. Yeah, it also looks like, unless he healed. Oh, let's take a look back here at him. Do we? Coming out, doesn't really look like he took any damage from that hit. I mean, I'm not really seeing anything. No busted horns or broken legs or bone or arms or anything like that. Okay. So he seems to be in pretty good shape right now. Let's be off then. We're still on the island. Couldn't you have warped us any further? I haven't mastered it yet. Okay. So this actually does bring up something that I thought about previously as well. Van Augur's ability to teleport is, for the moment, it is limited. Probably by his sight or the knowledge of the landscape itself. Let's see here. Wait! Hold on a sec. Caribou! You snake! You snake! Hold on a second, please! Supersonic Van Augur, Maiden Hunter Katarina Devon. I never thought we'd meet in a place like this. I'm a pirate like you. My name's Caribou. I've been looking for you guys for like ever. Sorry, I meant forever. I've always dreamed of being a lackey on Commodore Teach's crew. I set sail because I wanted to be a great man just like him. He's my idol, my hero. It's all I've ever wished for. Please take me to meet you. End of chapter. No break. Next week. Just what I want to hear. So, let's digest this for a moment here. So, a lot of things definitely happened in that chapter. Caribou finally showing his face after sneaking around all over Egghead Island. Motley Gatling sucker punches to Saturn, getting his just desserts again. The reveal of Katarina's devil fruit, which was definitely not expecting that. Mr. Vice Admiral Multi-Chin Red King, which there's so many problems with that that I think of. Definitely a lot of little tidbits of reveal here. Still not sure what the Blackbeards are trying to do here. with Katarina trying to just touch Saint Saturn's leg, and that's a mission complete there. Can like Ninetales, can they like copy abilities or something like that? Because I feel like we kind of already have seen that. We haven't seen the copy of abilities. We've seen the copy of appearance. So that's an interesting one there. Another thing that's kind of come to light is Blackbeard and his lineage. So it's not just a one-off with Blackbeard. Blackbeard comes from somebody or some people, a culture of people that even the Gorosei know about. So another slight piece revealed. Caribou could very well be a problem, though, because of his knowledge of where 2 of the 3 ancient weapons are. Handing that over to Teach could be a big issue. All he's got to do is send somebody to Fishman Island to kidnap Shirahoshi, and now he's pretty much, he could literally have all the Sea Kings of the ocean at his beck and call if he wanted to. Same thing with Wano. Apparently Pluton is in Wano. And he would definitely have to get through Yamato and the samurai, them. They very well could cause a problem for him, but Blackbeard seems to be very adaptable. Like, he can take an ass whooping, and then once he's taken an ass whooping, he can give it right back twice as hard. So it might be a little bit more difficult for him on Wano, but he could very easily, if he wanted to, have two ancient weapons under his control, which would definitely be very bad. So very interesting to see how this goes about. All in all, chapter, I'll definitely give that an 8 out of 10. Very solid. Was not rushed. A lot of little details were revealed in this chapter. Not overly exciting, but just enough to hurry up and wanting you to get to the next chapter, which I definitely can't wait for, and I'm sure many of you can't either. So all in all, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. Go ahead and put in the comments down below what you thought of this chapter, and your thoughts on how you think this video turned out. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one.